Welcome back to the channel. My name is The Rational Gooner, and this is my review of Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal, the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals in Lisbon. Sorry for the lateness of this one. It's been nearly 24 hours since the game now. You've probably seen everybody else's review. Been quite busy, but better late than never, and hopefully my analysis will be a little bit more balanced on reflection after some time has passed, rather than me emotionally jumping into one straight away. So, starting the lineups then. So Arsenal started with Raya in goal, Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Ricardo Calafiori as the back four. Then you had Odegaard, Zubimendi and Rice in the midfield, and Noni Madueke and Trossard either side of Victor Gyökeres up top. We'll go to the Sporting team. We had Rui Silva in goal, Fresneda, Diamandi, Inacio and Araujo were the back four, and then it was kind of a 4-5-1 formation. They had Catamo and Pote at left and right of midfield, then Morita, Trincao and Simoes in the midfield, and Luis Suarez up top on his own as the spearhead. The game started quite frantically, but it soon got into a rhythm, and it mainly was Arsenal in possession of the ball in the sort of, the middle third, trying to, attack in the final third, not really getting anywhere. And the first real chance fell to Sporting Lisbon. It was just a ball over the top, which Ben White switched off, and it put Araujo through, and his left foot strike for the early chance, it was fingertipped onto the crossbar superbly by Raya. Later in the second half, Raya was called into action again at his near post, initially saving from Catamo and then denying Suarez on the rebound, getting his arms up to crucially keep him out. I think Raya was the man of the match today. We wouldn't have kept a clean sheet without him, that's obvious, but he was pretty much flawless throughout the entire match. This again. I really, the halftime whistle went after that. There wasn't an awful lot else. We had a few chances. Odegaard put one wide. Madueke hit the bar from a corner, but there wasn't really an awful lot in that first half between the two sides. In the second half, Zubimendi thought he'd given us the lead with a curling shot on the edge of the area, which beat Rui Silva to his left, only to be ruled out in the build-up, with Gyökeres coming back from an offside position to play the ball back to him. We looked threatening in spells, but had to ride the storm against a very pacey counter-attacking Sporting sides. The final ball eluded both sides for the majority of the game, and both keepers were assured in keeping the score at 0-0. That was until stoppage time. As the clock ticked over the 90-minute mark, two of our substitutes combined in creating what turned out to be the winner. It was Martinelli who replaced Trossard 15 minutes previously, cutting in from the left. He looked up to see the run of Odegaard's replacement, Kai Havertz. The ball to Havertz was just that bit of quality that we lacked in the final third all night. The run was timed to perfection by Kai Havertz. His first touch was majestic. It gave him what looked like an easy finish on his favoured left foot. I can assure you that was anything but easy. He tucked it away into the bottom left-hand corner, past Silva, giving us a crucial advantage going into Wednesday's second leg at the Emirates. Perfect away result, resilient performance. The substitutes once again did the trick for Arteta, whose resources from the bench proved pivotal, with no drop-off from the players that started the game. He also turned to Max Daumann again, bringing him on for Madueke at the same time as Martinelli. Odegaard made way for Havertz on the 70th minute. Our skipper, he was neat and tidy again throughout the game, but not in areas that he could affect the scoreline. I felt he dropped too deep to receive the ball. Zubimendi and Rice are more than capable of starting attacks, and Odegaard should have held his more advanced role in that number 10 position. When he dropped deep, he did leave Gyökeres isolated with no way of affecting the game. He was just feeding off scraps and working harder than really necessary. But the introduction of Havertz gave us that link between the midfield and attack, and we look more balanced. I think Arteta will still start Odegaard again this weekend against Bournemouth, but Havertz will surely play another crucial role, whether it's late on from the bench or up top in place of Gyökeres. We'll have to see what, if any, changes are made for the lunchtime kickoff. But the game ended 1-0 to Arsenal. As I said, pretty much the perfect away result. We'll take that back to the Emirates now and hopefully finish the job. By no means is this tie over, and Sporting have danger in certain positions. I think Luis Suarez was probably their most dangerous player, and it was a weird moment in the first half where he got booked. Well, it came up on the screen that he'd got booked, but it turns out after the half-time break that he wasn't booked, because that would have been a crucial decision, because he would have been suspended for the second leg. But as it turns out, he wasn't booked, so he will be available for that second leg, and we do just have to be wary of him and keep that back door closed. I have a feeling it's going to be a similar performance to the one the job we did on Chelsea in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. We were a goal up in that tie, and we just shut the back door on them and ended up winning the tie 4-2 on aggregate after, again, Havertz got a last-minute goal. He seems to be making a habit of that this season, and this one is just the latest one for him. What a bonus to have him fit again and running and playing for us in the run-in, and he'll be crucial at the weekend, as I say. Whether it will be in Gyökeres' position or in Odegaard's position, I just think he's, it's almost like a new signing when he came back in, especially as a lot of the players are getting a bit nervous, you can tell, and Havertz has that experience. He's won the Champions League before with Chelsea. He knows how to get over the line. He even got the winning goal in the Champions League final. So that experience is going to be very, very vital going into the run-in. We've got 7 games left in the Premier League. That's the priority. I'll keep saying it. The Champions League would be a bonus, but the Premier League is what we want. That's it from me. I thought I'd do a much more quicker one today, but I've pretty much addressed everything I needed to. I'll come back to you possibly Friday just to give you a little preview of the Bournemouth game. But and again, I haven't done the top 10 for a while, so I'll probably look into doing that maybe this week if I'm not too busy in my real life. But until then, thank you very much for tuning in, and remember to like, subscribe. Put a comment below if you feel like I've not covered anything, or if you disagree with what I said today in my analysis. Absolutely fine to put a little comment on there. If I fancy arguing back, I will, but I probably won't. But let's keep it light, as I say. This is a positive channel. Again, thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.